We're cranky.
In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and will be able to be found on Lunenburg Access YouTube channel after the meeting. The following information is also provided for members of the public that would like to view the meeting remotely. To view remotely from a computer, please use the link below to join the public meeting webinar. Or from a telephone, dial toll-free and enter a meeting ID. If you have not registered via Zoom, you will be asked for your name and email address. No participant ID is needed, just press pound when asked. The agenda lists all topics which may be discussed at the meeting and are those recently anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may, in fact, be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 5:02 p.m. Do we have any public comment? I can't see her screen. Nancy, Anna, do you have any public comment?
I do. I tried to follow your meetings, but it's hard to follow every meeting. But Julie let us know that that you guys are considering changing the job title for the beach director.
Yeah, we already all concur. We're going to keep it.
Okay.
She sent out her search heads up.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just, we have a current employee and just wouldn't be the right.
Yeah.
The right move at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So
Everything we're doing right now, that's easy peasy.
I appreciate that. There we go. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Night, Julie.
Yeah, you can be, but stay if you want.
Enjoy the rest of your
We're
night.
a fun group. And do you have anything, Nancy? And anything from Zoom? I can't see.
I don't see hands, so.
No hands. Okay, perfect. Do we have any discussion from the public, from the board?
Yes, I just want to thank Nancy for all of the work over the last many days. To all these variations of the grid. I know how much work it is to do. It's just a lot. And you guys kind of go cross after a while. So thank you very much, Nancy and Julie.
Concur.
And we all
Yes.
concur. We can't thank you enough. You've answered our individual questions as well as, I'm assuming, working with Julie. So I thank you for every spreadsheet you've looked at
Yeah.
over the last 3 weeks. It's truly appreciated.
And they all mattered.
They did.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
did. They
Yeah.
were all valuable information. So we thank you so much for that. All right, minutes of March 11th. Do I have a motion? The minutes were emailed out for everybody to review.
Motion to approve March 11 minutes as presented.
Second, but discussion I have.
Okay, discussion. Go ahead, Dawn.
So in the approval of the minutes from February 11, 21 and the 26th, the 24th.
The 24th, right?
And then the roll call to vote, I seconded it, but I couldn't vote on the 26th meeting since I wasn't here. So I had to
Oh,
abstain. I did read the minutes, yes.
You can vote on them because you're only
Yes.
voting that the minutes are accurate,
Oh, okay.
not what the meaning was, but
Okay.
that what was typed was accurate.
But I will change it to the 26th.
And then one other thing, it says at the end, next meeting is Wednesday, March 11th, but it is the 13th.
13.
And that was
I
it.
caught the 2023.
I changed the year, but I didn't
Oh,
catch the
did
date. Yeah.
You're a great team. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm surprised. I
thank
didn't
you.
catch the
So I would accept a motion as amended. The
Second.
minutes as amended. Okay, all in favor, Sue?
Aye.
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 Perfect. That's passed unanimously by roll call vote. Discussion on classification of the PAC manager. We all want to take a step back. Do we want to see the new spreadsheets and then talk PAC manager, or do you want to talk PAC manager now?
I'm not sure it made too much difference to me. I think I can agree that it should go up one and then take a look at the thing and see if it makes a difference, but I can't imagine that it should.
Okay. So your recommendations go up one. So currently it was, refresh me,
11.
11 to
11.
12.
11 to 12.
Okay. Donna,
Anybody else?
Saying, the only other thing that I would say is I actually did quite a bit of research today on these public access channels.
Mhm.
And it seems as though many municipalities don't do it themselves. They've
Ah.
created a nonprofit to do it. And so they somehow charge the town, and there are some towns that cross-charge other towns to do it for them.
we do.
So I noticed that there was 2 or 3 that I found that were all nonprofits, and they're all within our comps. So that's why we can't find any information.
Yeah, Fitchburg and Leominster have them, they were city,
Yeah,
so.
but like Townsend, Westminster, Pepperell, and Leicester, they're all nonprofits.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So, and did
No
you have
wonder we
anything
couldn't
on?
find anything.
That's why we can't find anything. And I looked at all the nonprofits, tax recordings.
Mhm.
And I couldn't figure out from those the exact salary of whoever was in charge of the,
Okay, so are you okay with the path manager going from 11 to 12?
oh
Or
yeah,
did you have anything
no,
to say on
no,
that?
I'm
Okay.
definitely okay with that.
Jay Simeone's joining.
Who?
Jason.
Thank
Her
you.
husband.
Hey, Wendy, did you have anything you want to discuss on the path manager going from?
Tell them to take minutes.
8 minutes.
No,
He was cooking dinner.
Yes.
um. No, just, I'm pleased to see the rationale behind this, just to reiterate, is PAC manager is a department head. And there are no other department heads at this level. They are all higher,
And they're still all
still
high.
higher. They,
Yeah,
We
But-
gave her a bump, but they are
yes,
still much
but they are,
higher.
yes.
But,
It's a small group,
but
so.
Yes.
and so I'm okay with the 12.
Yep,
I totally support the 12 to go with the. group.
less of a disparaging difference
Right.
between.
And the reasoning was because she is a department head and all her peers, as Wendy said, sit. back in the
Higher.
So that's our
brackets.
recommendation, but I think,
It
does
was a
this have to
recommend-
go back to someone for approval, all of these?
Well, the
Yes.
department, whoever's the department head of that should have that dialogue. That was a good input. I made sure that I made in the notes that it was really a recommendation. We don't have the ability to change
Exactly.
it without some input.
From whom?
The manager of that role.
That would be town manager.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The few that we did.
yeah, even the ones that we did the other day.
Okay,
Again, recommendation is the
Re-
key word.
Exactly, recommendation.
well, all of this together is a recommendation.
Mhm.
Let me,
They're
Well,
going in different
this was our
directions, though.
goal.
This,
Our,
right.
our drive was to do what we just did, is to recommend where people fall, where they should be, make sure there's equity, what we've been doing for the last 18 months. So everything we're providing is a recommendation to town manager, select board and town meeting. Perfect. All right, on to approval of the 24-25 salary grid. We don't need to discuss the one we all liked. We need to see the new and then compare it to what was currently
What we discussed yesterday is,
correct. So, and that
Got it.
was Julie's recommendations.
All right, so the first one was the committee's recommendation to see the 1505. So it was 4. And that one goes with the FY 24, drop step 1, add step 1. Thank you. That's fine. Oh, we don't have all the copies here.
And it was double-sided, just beneath it. Okay, so this is the one we liked. We don't need to discuss it. We know it. So we need the ones you want. us
Yeah,
to now
this
look
is just seeing the impact.
Yeah.
Of it.
Doesn't really change the numbers. Nothing changed on the numbers that we looked at Monday night. Is there? It should be the same.
Maybe little minor adjustments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
looked,
little
I
less-
did look at that.
okay.
It's a little different, but not by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good, Wendy?
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So the next one is FY 25, which goes off of this FY 24 grid.
Okay,
So this is dropping step, another step. Let's drop in another step and adds in a 2.5 COLA. That's the grid. That's the impact sheet.
this is the 25.
That's 25 that goes off of the grid you were just looking at.
So the.
So
change- the
depending-
big change is dropping and.
Another
one
step.
again,
Yep.
25, and
Mhm.
adding a 2.5.
COLA, yep. Okay. And that impact is 114,489.57. Okay. Next one is the 1550 grids with the, drop step 1 plus the 2.5 COLA. And this is 25 for some reason. Hold on. Like I said, I hope I have everything. The copier was giving me the one. This one. Two. So it starts at 1550. And the sheet that goes with that, 4262. Thank you. So that impact for FY 24 is 89,771.61.
That goes with this sheet that you just got, you 24, 15, 50.
Oh, and this is.
Total impact 89,771.
So Jill, I just wanted to check, so we had originally looked at 1530 and you felt as though the 1550 would better smooth out the grades, is that
It
why? we're
fit,
talking-
yeah, because 1530 was just this, the 1550 is actually equivalent to step 3 right now in the
Yeah.
current grid.
It's between grade 2 and 3, so it's like dropping another half a grade, but not really.
It's
doing
the
it that
current.
way.
No.
FY 24
That's what I mean.
is step 3.
Yep, okay.
Oh, the 1530 you were saying is between,
Yeah.
yes, correct. Okay,
So these are the two we're looking at, or is there?
and this is the FY 25
I-
that builds off of
this.
that. So this is the impact for 25 if you go with the chart starting at 1550.
That's for you, lovelies?
44.99. Okay, thank you. It's a miracle, we all print it. And that's impact for FY 25 is coming in at 110,948.87. And this, you know, if you look through and you see the highlights. Like Nancy, we were talking about how to calculate some of, you know, the vacancies or the groups that have a bulk budget, a shared budget. I would say like the call firefighters, the call EMTs, they're not individualized in the budget. It's as a group. So we put it in high at 8.5% that may and may not be, it's estimated. So it may
Yeah.
not be completely accurate.
So one quick question. On this,
25.
yes, I'm sorry, on the 25 grid.
Yep.
There's step 8 at the end, then there's add step 8.
If you look right here, these are the new steps, because we're
Right.
dropping this one.
Right.
This will now become one.
So this
I
is
got
step
it.
eight.
I got it. Okay, I just wanted to
Yep.
clarify. Okay.
And then unfortunately, this only printed once, but I did share this with the committee, how I compared this to the salary survey comps that were received based on grids. Not moving, we said we're keeping the same exact grids, it's the 20 grades. I hid 17 through 20 because we don't have anybody in there just for ease on the eyes, because
Yeah.
it's a lot to look at. And looking at which one do we see what this one is? The FY 25, which I assume the 2.5%. for other communities. We don't know what their COLA or if they're gonna have a market adjustment, but just going with the 2.5%. It almost, I mean, we're still below on some of them, but it's closer, much closer than we currently are. So we feel that the data supports that. Some are a little higher. Grade 12 was one position, so that's why that one looks way out of whack.
Way out of working my way.
Like we're paying well above.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But it's a call position and this person has only worked about 150 hours.
So I just.
A
wanted-
year.
But it may
Ish,
affect,
yeah.
something that we just said earlier about
Yeah.
making a recommendation for
Yeah.
a grade change. That'll affect that too.
So I just want to make sure, so if I look at the one that's 89,771, and when you started the 25, you just, the reason it didn't, you said it's the 1550 plus 2.5. You've already added the 2.5 in here, that's why it's higher.
For 25,
Okay.
yeah.
15.
So it's a 2.5 COLA with a step for the market adjustment.
And is it still balanced through 3% step up,
We didn't touch that.
but you didn't touch it, so it's still the same?
Is it
Okay.
still 3%?
Still
per
3%.
step?
So anyone who's in the grid, so in 24, it ends up being like we said the other day. So if they're in the middle of a step, it would be 5.5% plus the new 3%, which is the retro. Because we dropped
Yeah.
Drop a grade.
And
per
then-
step.
25 would be that it's going to be 2.5% plus 3 the
Because you're
same
dropping
way.
the
It's
step.
almost the
Yeah.
same,
Mhm,
except for the people who are sitting at the top of the house,
mhm. Which receives
which receive the
market
retro,
adjustment,
and
yeah.
So they will get 5.5, where the others will get like 8.5%. So that does make sense, because I don't know if, I think we talked about it the other night, but in January 24, the federal government decided to adjust their grids by 5.2%. So we know that the markets are driving the costs up because they themselves acknowledge that the reason that they were doing 5.2, they've been doing like 2.5 as well, 2.5 or 3 a year, is because the market was being driven so quickly, and that the employment status in all of these organizations have been tightened by the impact of that. So
Mhm.
there's good justification for why we would ask for more than what we would normally ask for.
Mhm.
Nice job. Good work.
Okay.
Can I just ask before we go in, do you have a recommendation looking at the two?
I mean, I think
selections?
based on the data and keeping, those two grades that compare with the clerical union, I feel that the second scenarios that we did starting at 1550
It's better.
would
So
Yeah.
this accommodates the adjustments that the clerical union just,
It
Established.
is,
And
So we
would stay
won't-
competitive next year with them, knowing that they are
yeah,
3%
go up.
between 2.5 COLA that's set in their
Yep.
contract
But
It was-
expensive.
yeah.
for 25. So looking at where they are now. The
Can you see
2.5.
that survey data sheet for a second.
What-
Joanna has the
this
purple,
one?
yeah, I just want to see the FY 24. Clarify this, so their admin assistants. Their range is 2250 to 2821. Excuse me, I misspoke. Sorry about that. No, I'm right, 2250 to 2821. And our current grid is 2122 to 2610 for an administrative assistant. The other level would be executive assistants, which in that grid, I would say that's closest to, is it on here? Do you know that? The clerical union grade 9, 8.
8 is closest to 10, I think.
Yes. So our range is 2519 to 3099. And Nancy's gonna pull up the clerical.
Probably 54.
Yeah,
Next
just,
year.
24.
71, 33, 49.
So 2671 to 3349, and ours is currently 2519 to 3099. So
But in our retroactive scenario,
Mhm.
that changes.
That would. help do that.
Well, and in the survey, each of those two jobs, they have one outlier, that's way out of whack.
Mhm.
So if you drop that out, then the
Definitely,
median. I mean,
definitely.
one of them looks, in both of those two families, one is like $39 or $40 an hour, and it's like, who is that?
Yeah, is this the same?
Everybody
job?
wants that job.
That's why you do, the best you can.
You did that, but.
In
if you had
comparison.
dropped that out completely, because it isn't relevant, it would be right on the money.
And Nancy,
And
can
it's
I-
so-
are you
oh.
still going? I'm sorry.
About the same for 25?
With the 1550 grid.
Yeah.
The grade 10 is 2670. So 3289.
And ours is coming up for the FY 25.
For FY 24.
Grade 10.
No, it must have changed since I did that last night.
The grid one changed.
So does
Grade
it, does
10,
it work?
1550 grid, but FY 20.
I'm looking at it right now, 2673 to 30.
I'm sorry, yes.
2673 to
2673.
3289.
Yeah.
But when you go to FY 25. On the drop one, step one. On 10. All the way to the top is 3472. Is what? Yeah, 3433, so it's 40
So
cents more, 39.
using the comps and looking at those two grades, I think, the support is here.
Thank you.
And what did you say the top was in FY 25 for grade 5 in clerical, which would be our grade 8?
Top in 25 is 2978.
And we have 2924. Comps,
No, that's not.
Oh, yes.
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
comps come in at high and 3445. So they're still,
Great job.
but
Thank
we're
you.
getting there. It's not gonna happen
Thank you.
all at once. So.
Thank you. Nancy, can I know you've been doing this. Do you have a recommendation on the two after looking at different methodologies?
Yeah, she's not.
I don't want to say.
Well, I just want you to be part of, I totally understand, but I did not want to exclude you from the conversation. Okay, just where you've been looking and running all different scenarios for us. That's why I asked. All right, so,
One of these two for sure.
One of these two.
Yeah, no more.
yeah, so Sue, out of the two. Do you want me to start first? I'm comfortable. It's okay.
There you go.
Okay, so I like the drop to
The
the
1550 grid.
1550 grid.
Which is titled 2.5% COLA. So that's 25, that's my 24.
It's,
Yeah.
it's titled FY 24 grade 1, step 1, 1550 grid.
Yeah, right,
Thank you.
That's 25,
24.
24, okay.
I look at the two of them together.
Yeah,
and see.
okay, gotcha.
There's so much.
Yeah, I'd like to have the two. So I
Ugh,
can-
Yep.
That's the one I'm leaning to, is the 1550.
I can support that. I think that, the things that we've learned about what's happening outside and our own intelligence inside
Mhm.
would support us taking a little bit more of a leap than we might otherwise have.
Mhm.
So I can support that.
Thank you. Donna, Wendy?
I can support that.
Yes, I felt like we needed to take, as much of a leap as we could, support with data. As we've been told, that's the primary driver, as well as looking at our comps and, getting us. I had said last week medium, but median toward the high end, because in the end, any of these towns could take another pass at their grid.
Oh, yeah.
Next year,
They will.
they could be working on it now and we don't know.
Yeah.
So, if we want our, to retain and attract employees, median to the high end is for as many positions as possible, obviously across the board, that doesn't, you know what I mean? You can't say every single one will be.
Mhm.
But certainly every single one does get a decent jump.
Oh, definitely, yes.
So.
Alright, so are we all set on that?
That's 24.
Yeah, well, before we vote, is there public? Do we have,
We
I'll ask
have-
if anybody has any input.
No,
Just-
that's only on the beginning and the end.
So again, these
Yeah.
are,
Okay.
we're voting
Okay, it's not
to
a-
recommend what we're going to recommend
To
to
the-
select board and FinCom,
Correct.
which still they can either,
Correct,
they'll be considering.
and town meeting floor.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
that's step one, them, step two, and step three, the polls.
Right.
So. All right, so I would take a vote to accept the 1550. And then for FY 25, 2.5 COLA, dropping step 1, adding the step 18. Step 8. I
I'm like,
apologize.
17.
I apologize.
Are we gonna do 24 and then 25? Or you said both?
Well, yeah, because they're together, right? So that's why I just,
One compliments the other, so
Yeah.
it builds off of it. Right.
yeah. Did anybody make said motion?
Motion to approve FY 24 grid, grade 1, step 1, starting at 1550. And with that FY 25 grid with a 2.5 COLA, dropping step 1. And 2.5% on the grid.
It's just the 2.5 COLA drop step 1.
All in favor, Sue,
Aye.
Donna,
Aye.
Wendy,
Aye.
and I'm in. Okay, perfect, great job. We did it.
Let me just clarify and say that one
Oh.
more time because the way I said it wasn't clear. It's the 1550 grid with a 2.5% COLA on FY 25. I just want to be
Dropping step 1.
clear. Yeah, yes, we
Dropping
are
another
dropping
step.
step 1 in FY 25.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Okay, so that one's done.
Right, warrant articles.
Approve warrant articles.
So
So
don't-
we'll, you want to do the salary grid one first, because we're there?
So I have all 3 of them on the same sheet. So,
3, 24,
Three articles.
25, and
no, 3 articles. So one is the salary, one is the position
Oh.
titling, and then one is the
So sick leave.
okay.
Ignore the X's because this is just where the article number is going to go.
Do we
Yep.
So it's just.
Okay.
You stole my agenda, just take it.
So Article
We're almost.
10,
Just article, it's
Oh.
not numbered.
Oh,
The
okay.
X is just a.
We don't know where it's
Yeah, we
going
don't know
yet.
the number yet.
okay, article number sign. To see if the town will vote to amend the Code of Lunenburg, Chapter 70, Schedule A, entitled Salary Administration Plan of the Town of Lunenburg as follows. The position of library page to be assigned to grade 2. The position of Council on Aging Mail Site Manager to be assigned to grade 7. The position of Outreach Coordinator to be assigned to grade 8. The position of PAC Manager to be assigned a grade 12. The position of Police Executive Assistant to be added and assigned a grade 10. To rename the Reserve Officer position title to the Police Reserve Officer or take any other action relative thereto submitted by the Personnel Committee.
I do have to clarify on here, at this point, I haven't reached out to library to confirm the library page is moving to grade 2, which I still want to do that. I did talk to the Council on Aging Director. She's on board and feels that the outreach coordinator should be moved to a grade 9.
Oh.
So I'm just relaying that message.
What did you say it was?
8.
Yeah, we wanted to. move
7
it
to an 8, and she wanted to go 7 to a 9?
I wish we'd known that when we were talking a few minutes ago.
So,
And then, of course, Heather being the head of TAC will have to speak to the grade 12.
Correct.
So where are we going? So hold on, then I feel like that opens up another level of discussion.
On that issue.
Yeah,
Well, you're recommending, so if you recommend an 8, I'm relaying the message, the conversation that. had to
Let's
have.
take a look at what that means.
Is that what we had yesterday, Monday?
hang on though.
Why
The
did
only
you
thing
do
the only thing I'll say about that is then
Oh, then we open it up.
Then
for
we
any
open it up.
director to
No,
come back
I
and do the
don't-
same.
We looked at this
Yeah.
48 hours ago and we felt
Yeah.
clear.
And PAC was 4 times in front of us. I'm not PAC. Council on Aging. Thank you.
Right.
And we went back and forth on Council on Aging at least 4 times.
Yeah,
So I'm at this stage of the game where I need a warrant by end of close today.
Yep.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be difficult or unempathetic or caring, but we're at the last, we're at the getting ready for.
I
water.
feel like this,
I feel pretty confident of what we already did, and when I look at the survey, that there are a couple of outliers that we don't know exactly what they do, which you have to kind of drop because they're too high, but the rest of it seems fine to go into one grade up.
Perfect.
and again, our recommendation on PAC was to sort of bridge that distance between the lowest department head and the others who were all
Her peers,
her peers, multiple levels
Mhm.
higher.
yes. Okay. So do I have a motion and a second on that Article 1?
Motion to approve article as defined by adding in grade 12 with PAC manager as our recommendation.
Second.
All in favor, Sue?
Aye.
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 That unanimously passes by roll call vote. Article XX. To see if the town will, to see if the town will vote to replace the current salary schedule in the Code of Lunenburg, Chapter 70, Section 70-8A, entitled Salary Administration Plan, Schedule A, with a FY 2024 salary schedule and FY 2025 salary schedule as recommended by the Personnel Committee, which authorizes wage increase for fiscal year 2024 and fiscal year 2025 for permanent employees not covered by a collective bargaining unit agreement or individual contract. And further, transfer a sum of money from available funds to fund the wage increase for FY 2024 and transfer a sum of money from available funds to fund the wage increase for FY 2025 for the salary administration plan employees submitted by the Personnel Committee.
Should that say retroactive wage increase? We've been using that term all along, I just,
It implies.
It
would
implies that
be,
there is an increase in
because
wages,
it's-
so.
it's switching what is currently FY 2024 to the new FY 2024.
Right.
And I'm
Correct.
just assuming that the numbers just
Correct.
go.
And what's supplied with the warrant packet will be the grids.
Yeah.
As inserts.
Any dialogue on that?
But it's a fair question.
No, it is,
And
because
it
I
may
mean,
come up.
somebody could say
we
that,
already got that increase.
well, not only that, but I mean, if this passes in, second week of May, somebody could say, hey, there's 3 payrolls left in this year. That's what the increase is for. So I don't know, do we need to be that clear? Retroactive to July 1, I suppose it cannot hurt.
I'll look into it.
I suppose it can't hurt, right?
Which
We wanna be as
authorizes,
clear as possible.
authorized wage increases for fiscal year 2024.
Right, but
So
it-
it's saying for the fiscal year,
Yeah.
not months, not,
Oh,
it's saying
yeah.
for the fiscal year.
Not remainder of fiscal
Right.
24.
I
Okay.
think
It's
fine.
saying
Fine.
authorizing which that salary grid is the wage increase for fiscal, which is a year 2024.
You could get up and ask a question.
Yeah.
At the town meeting, and just clarify.
And then the committee will
Yep.
be there
And
to.
the committee would
Answer.
be there to say, yeah.
Yes, retroactive.
Beginning of July.
That's-
I think
Yep.
our only caution to ourselves should be that we've been playing with this for 2 years, so all these terms are very familiar to us. And we just need
Yeah.
to make sure that as we say them, and you
Yeah.
can be a good judge of that, if we're using terms that we know, but maybe the rest of the populace doesn't know as well.
Yeah,
That
this is
seems okay.
pretty standard language.
Yeah,
Should be-
it's similar to
yeah.
what was used last
Mhm.
year.
So does anybody have any other dialogue on that? If not, I'll take a motion to accept what was just read.
So moved.
Second,
Second,
okay, all in favor? Sue,
Yeah,
Donna?
Aye.
Aye,
aye.
that unanimously passes, roll call vote. Article XXX.
It actually says X.
I
I know,
added
that's-
two. I added two
She's
for the
right.
record.
No.
That's right. To see if the town will vote to amend the Code of Lunenburg, Chapter 70, Section 20, sick leave entitled Salary Administration Plan of the Town of Lunenburg, which additions to this section underlined as follows. Sick time can be used for any of the following reasons. Care for employees' own physical or mental illness, injury, or medical condition that requires home care or rest. Professional medical diagnoses or care or preventative medical care. Care for the employee's child, spouse, parent, or parent of a spouse who is suffering from a physical or mental illness, injury, or medical condition that requires home care, professional medical diagnosis, or care or preventative medical care. Number 3, attending the employee's routine medical appointment or routine medical appointment for the employee's child, spouse, parent, or parent of spouse. Number 4, underline, which I'm assuming is the new language.
That's a new one.
If an employee becomes a parent or with or without giving birth, e.g. because the employee's spouse gives birth to a baby, or the employee adopts a child, employee may access up to 8 weeks, 40 days of sick leave. However, all other available accrued time, such as vacation and personal time, must be exhausted first.
Yeah, that sounds good. That leads to Nancy's suggestion at the end of the last meeting.
Yeah.
too.
There's a closed parentheses missing.
Okay,
Yes.
Did you already
Yes.
Yep.
notice that? Okay.
where?
It just says, it starts with, for example,
E.g.
because the employee.
Right before the first period.
Oh, I see.
Ending to.
Ending.
Thank you.
So just to be clear about this does cover potentially up to 12 weeks. If somebody had 3 weeks of vacation unused
Hmm.
and 5 personal days, there brings you to 12 weeks.
Mhm.
So they could, in theory, have their entire
If they have it.
FM, yes, in theory, if they have the time.
Yeah,
The
'cause
8
you-
weeks is just in reference to sick time only.
Right.
So we
Because we're
start
not really
with,
talking about FMLA, I mean, we're not talking about any of that, it's just about sick. It makes sense.
Yep.
That's a nice way to put it.
so we start with 3 personal days, but we earn an extra one if you don't use any
Use
sick
any,
time in the
right.
quarter, so.
And there's a
it's potential
floater
for
too,
another
right?
4, and then there is the
That 5.
floater.
And you can carry it over, right?
Sick time gets carried over.
Personal time does not.
No,
Yeah, it's to use it or lose it?
Mhm.
Okay,
Vacation.
I was
time,
getting them
too.
mixed up.
vacation doesn't get carried over or the float.
Okay, any other
Was that the
discussion?
only inconsistency that we saw in that policy between this school department and the? That was the only thing that came up. for
That was the only
discussion
thing
the
that
other
came
night.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare to them because it's a contract. You don't know what takes place in negotiations. What did they possibly give up for this benefit, this perk? And where Nancy had said that they don't accrue vacation time, this is the only time they get outside of the vacations and the school vacations, and
Three personal days.
so,
I think that,
so this is more
Yep.
than
Ours is more
generous.
comprehensive.
so, but, this warrant, don't we have to vote on that we agree to make a recommendation to make that change before the warrant? Yeah,
Right now,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a warrant question, it's a voting of changing the policy question. We haven't voted to
She's saying-
change the
Okay,
Yeah.
we
policy.
could do that.
We need to
First,
vote
we
to
could do that.
change
Yes.
the policy.
Yes.
So we're gonna vote
Change
twice.
the bylaw.
okay,
Yeah,
yes,
vote
okay,
twice.
thank you.
So first we're gonna vote, I'm gonna look for a
Thank
vote
you, I
of
got you.
what I read to change the policy, the existing policy under sick.
Second. Oh, so moved.
Second,
Second,
all in favor, Donna,
Aye.
Sue,
aye,
Joanna, Wendy, aye. So that passes unanimously by roll call vote. Now we're going to take a vote to place that same verbiage read as a recommendation for a warrant article to the town manager,
So,
select board.
so moved.
I recommend that we change, accept this article to present to the board.
Thank you. All in favor? Sue,
Aye,
Donna?
Aye.
Wendy?
don't you second that?
Aye.
And I'm an aye,
You
yes,
seconded it by repeating it,
because Donna,
because I so moved it.
But you didn't say it.
Oh,
Yeah,
So I
it's
I
fair.
have to keep a note of what you say.
That's fair. All right, I'll say the
I'll stop
motion,
ya.
you second. it.
That passed unanimously by a roll call vote. That was a great job as well. That was a 2-day thing, so great job.
All of this was a 2-day
Thank
thing,
you.
other than the salary survey.
Yeah,
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
that
and
was
nights
the
and
warrant
weekends. Fridays.
okay. Do we have any public comment from the public? Nancy,
No.
anybody on Zoom?
Can't see if you're raising a hand, so if you want to speak, just feel free.
Okay, seeing none. Do we have any committee comment? Great job, team.
Nice job.
Great job.
Do we then have to do, how are we gonna present this?
We need
In
to
what
figure that
form do
out.
we present it?
Don't, once they print the warrant, we come and then
Are
discuss
you
them.
talking
So
to
they
Finn?
have to get to select board,
Yeah.
like now,
Exactly.
like
Yeah, how are
tonight,
we gonna do
Yeah.
that?
boom, boom,
That's done.
grids,
I-
grids and articles.
I can share that.
And do we need to then be prepared to talk to them next Tuesday?
I don't know if it's next Tuesday.
They
That would
have-
probably be most convenient, but since 3 out of 4,
I can
was,
do it.
you can do it.
Oh, sweet.
So if one is,
Okay.
if you're comfortable
Okay.
and they're satisfied with one person, one member being there,
It'd be
then,
better to have more, but
yeah,
they wanna do it, I can do that.
and I could probably make myself available too, if that helps.
Even on Zoom.
I mean,
If you just want.
So
Yeah.
you'll put this together in a package and send it off to them, is that? the
yeah,
next
I'll give
step?
it to Heather and she can put it on their drive. The Google Drive.
Do you
And
need
does
any
it have to
other
go to
visuals?
FinCom too? And how does that happen?
I think so. I think just.
I went to
what we have.
FinCom last year.
I was gonna say it
Really
does need to
did
go to
Somebody does need to
FinCom,
go to
Yeah.
FinCom.
I
but I
went-
think FinCom should see this. It'd be the same theory applies.
Mhm.
They need time to digest it.
Yeah.
We can't show up with it.
Can
Right.
I ask Julie, when you forward it to Heather,
Mhm.
can you ask her to forward it to the select board and
And
the
FinCom.
finance committee? So they have it at the same time and they're all looking at it at the same time,
To select and FinCom?
in FinCom. So they both committees can see what we've done,
Mhm.
and then, we can reach out to FinCom if they want us to come, we're happy to come. We'll make ours, see, cause I thought last year they invited me, like Heather called and said, okay, they're gonna now start looking at, can you come on this day?
Mhm.
So,
So-
and that's what was conveyed to me last week, was that select board would probably have us, ask us to be on their agenda within the next 3 to 4 weeks, was kind of that time frame
Okay.
given to me. And that they, that they would obviously want to have a discussion
Yeah.
about it as well.
And then there's always presentation for town meeting too. There was a PowerPoint. I think you worked on that last year.
I did,
Right,
yeah, I did that last year. And I sent that to everybody this year, cause we thought we were going places, so I shared all that stuff. That we could just revamp
Mhm,
with this new stuff.
mhm.
So this feels good to be done,
Yes.
to pass it through.
And now, do we have? Do we have job descriptions that we have to approve that have been updated?
We do.
That'll be the next.
Yeah.
That's the
Clean that up.
next.
Yeah.
So that'll be a next meeting. Cause as of right now, we don't have a follow-up meeting, right? We don't
Mhm.
need,
Do we have the ones that we suggested tonight to be changed? Well, we have to put those job descriptions in with the packet.
if
We're
so,
making recommendations to the 5, is it 5? Forget how many there were, 4 or 5.
Mhm.
Wouldn't we also? wouldn't we-
think it was-
or not?
It was 3. It ended up
And then,
being
and then.
4, and
four.
so our new, so the newly assigned,
Somebody's vibrating.
so newly assigned
Won't be-
coming, not mine.
She said somebody's phone, so not mine.
Not
I just
mine.
felt it
Except
keep
mine.
going, so I'm like.
No,
somebody's
I
phone's
like
ringing.
mine was vibrating.
So it would be 4
Yeah.
then, total.
I don't think we've ever provided job descriptions
think we
before.
need to.
I think it's
I
just
think we
based on
just took
the,
a recommendation before.
Mhm.
But I would think if, say, the select board had a question, that's certainly a very
oh, we're
simple.
talking, yes.
That's a simple answer.
I thought you were talking town meeting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if we can, I think we should try to all go to town meeting together as a group. I think,
Yep.
Yeah.
if we can.
Yep.
When is town meeting?
Fourth.
May 4th. I'm not
May the 4th be
with you,
Mm.
so, but Great job.
Wouldn't it be nice if we weren't Article 17?
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
I mean, 5.
That would be nice.
So we did it.
We got there.
We didn't think we would do it and we finished. Great job, everybody.
Correct.
Thank you to everybody for all the long hours.
No,
It
hey,
didn't, at some points, it didn't seem like we would get it, but we did.
Don't worry about it.
Perseverance.
perseverance and we were getting it done. All right, so with that, if there is no.
Do we want to put a tentative meeting
Yes, we
on
should.
our agenda? I
Yeah.
think we should.
I
should.
think we should.
Okay, when would you like to do that? What month are we in? I don't even know what month I'm in. March.
It's March.
Do we want
So-
to go into early April?
End
Do we
of
want
August.
late April? So
Yeah. oh, I get you.
I think if we find that we can push that date out, we certainly can. But I think to have something for the moment tentative,
And based
For
on what
what?
happens at FinCom and Select Board,
that's kind of,
we can even review our presentation, what we're gonna do at town meeting.
Yeah.
And have that all aligned.
I'm trying to think,
Is that a bad idea?
no,
Oh,
Are you still thinking Wednesdays?
what,
Wednesdays,
That would be
Wednesdays,
like
no
April
good
3rd
for-
is
just the
Wednesday.
second Wednesday, the other three are perfect.
April
I
3rd
can't do
is a
the-
Wednesday. Okay.
You can't what?
hold on,
Can't do the third.
I can't do the third.
I could do the first.
It's Monday.
I
April
can't,
It would
Fool's Day.
seem appropriate. April Fool's Day.
Oh,
I can't do the first or the third. I'm gonna be the squeaky wheel there. Hang
How
on.
about
let
But
me-
Fourth.
give us a date.
4th is a Thursday, which Thursdays I can't start before 7, which
the 4th is a
Sure.
Thursday?
of April.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
No, I'm
is.
saying the 4th Wednesday.
Oh,
Oh, the
fourth
fourth Wednesday.
I thought you meant April 4th.
I did
I'm
too.
out of town.
So the 24th,
I'm out of town.
What do you do? one week a month?
I know, pretty much. Well,
So
until
we do the
until May.
Tuesday, the 4th Tuesday, because the Select Board does not
The
meet.
23rd, I could do the 23rd
Is
or the
that
30th.
correct?
No, that's the 30th.
There's 5 Tuesdays.
There's 5 Tuesdays. So the 23rd would be the 4th Tuesday, but would they meet the 5th Tuesday?
Would they meet the 5th?
Yeah, 5th Tuesday.
No, I think that's the one that they would.
So we
next.
could do the,
I
So
think-
that would be the 30th.
I could do April 30th,
I could do that.
I can do that.
and that
And-
gives us a month to
And what,
decompress.
even
Yep.
if they were meeting? We're here, right? What's the
Yes.
concern with if they're meeting?
Well, I just figured that would be for her.
Would we rather do the 23rd? I'm feeling like
I'm out
the
of
30th is
town
too.
for a
I would
week.
love to do
She's
this.
on-
So the
That
30th is
week.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, 30th.
Well, and we may find that if something comes up earlier in the month of April. we
figure
just
it
might
out.
have to
Right,
make
then
We'll
we can
figure it
make
out.
by Zoom,
Make
because it's
something
not
happen.
something,
There'll be a new hire and we'll have to meet.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
so, and we
Oh,
can
yeah,
do that.
there's definitely
we could do
revisions
that
to the
via
job
Zoom.
descriptions and such, but. Yeah. Dinner's done.
Anything else under board discussion?
What time on the,
5?
5
Five.
o'clock?
I like the 5,
Yes.
because I don't wanna go home and come
We
back
leave
up.
on the camp then?
it's, it,
Oh, they
staff
wouldn't have
hasn't
opened.
arrived yet, so it's okay.
Okay.
I make it work.
5 PM. All right, anything else? With that, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
At what time?
5:50.
5:50? And
Second?
thank you. Donna,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Wendy,
Aye.
roll call vote passes unanimously.
5:50?
5:50.
5:50.
Good night, everyone.